Hi, hello. So, in this lesson, keys and couplings. In the previous lesson, we had discussed about what is the need of coupling and what are the necessities and requirements of the couplings, and also we have completed types of couplings. Among the types of couplings, as per our syllabus, we are having the design of muff coupling. Let us discuss about the design of muff coupling. So, muff coupling or sleeve coupling in this lesson. So, objectives of this lesson are, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to learn constructional features of muff coupling or sleeve coupling, working principle of muff coupling, proportional dimensions of muff coupling, and the design considerations of muff coupling. So, let us see one by one in this lesson. Muff coupling, or also called as sleeve coupling. So here is the diagram of the sketches of various parts of construction details of muff coupling or sleeve coupling, we can call it as. So here is the one shaft to be joined, and here is the another shaft to be joined, and these shafts are brought together with their ends, and these axes of these two shafts are to be collinear without any misalignment, either it may be of lateral misalignment or angular misalignment, brought together. Before that, the muff, also called a sleeve, which is made out of cast iron generally, and the shafts made of generally low carbon steels or alloy steel, sometimes it may be. And this sleeve is inserted over the shaft, and another shaft is brought into the sleeve, and there should be half of the keyway in the sleeve or muff, and there should be half of the keyway in the shaft, on both the shafts. And then after inserting this sleeve, cast iron sleeve, over the shaft, we are going to insert the key into the keyway of the shaft as well as the sleeve. And key is generally made out of mild steel, that is maybe low carbon steel also. Generally, in most of the cases, the shafts as well as the keys are made out of the same material, whereas the muff, that is sleeve, is made out of cast iron. And drive this key into the keyway of shaft as well as the muff. Thereby, while transmitting the power from one shaft to the another shaft, the power will be transmitted from shaft 1, driving shaft to the key, and then to the muff, and from there muff to the another key, which is here, and to the another driven shaft. This is the simple working principle and construction details. Construction details are: number one, two shafts are there, and one key is there, and one muff is there. And generally, the materials of these two, key as well as shaft, may be the same, sometimes mostly, and only the muff material may be cast iron. And this is just like appearing like a hollow shaft. These are the solid shafts, and this is a hollow shaft, right? And the working, it may work as, let it the driving shaft, let it be the driven shaft. The power from the driving shaft is transmitted to the key, and then to the muff, and then to the driven shaft through the key. So this is the simple working of muff coupling or sleeve coupling. right? So let us see. These are the details of muff coupling. So here the assembled drawing. Previously is the detailed drawing. Now it is the assembled drawing. As we have explained in the detailed drawing, this is a driving shaft, this is the driven shaft, and this is the key driven into the keyway of muff as well as the shaft, and only one key is utilized in this muff coupling. So this is all about assembly of sleeve or muff coupling, driving shaft, driven shaft, key, and muff, cast iron muff. This may be low carbon steels, key as well as the shaft, right? And now the dimensions or notations of this muff coupling or standard proportions. Here you can see the standard proportions. So let the D will be the diameter of the shaft. D will be the diameter of the shaft, and inside diameter of the muff or sleeve is also equal to the diameter of the shaft. So inside the diameter of the muff or sleeve is nothing but the diameter of the shaft, and outside diameter of the muff or sleeve is 2 times of the shaft diameter. 2 times of the shaft diameter, whereas the length of the shaft, sleeve, length of the sleeve is 3 times of shaft diameter, right? So next is key proportions. Key proportions are as per the previous discussion as the standard proportions. Width of the key is d by 4, that means diameter of the shaft by 4, and t is nothing but thickness of the, mostly here we are going to use sunk key, that may be the jig-headed key or square key, or sometimes we may also use rectangular sunk key. So if it is the square key, W is equal to the thickness of the key. That means width of the key is equal to the thickness of the key. If it is the rectangular sunk key or jib head key, width of the key is d by 4 and thickness of the key is 2 by 3rd of width or d by 6. Where these are the assembled drawing and different dimensions of various parts. Number shaft diameter d, inner diameter of the sleeve is d, small d, and outer diameter is 2 times of shaft diameter, and length is 3 times of shaft diameter. Width of the key is 1 by 4th of diameter of the shaft, and thickness of the key may be 1 by 6th of the diameter of the shaft. And next is the length of the key generally equal to the length of the muff. And length of the key in each shaft may be half of the length of the muff, right? This is all about the assembly and the standard dimensions as per the proportions of the muff coupling or sleeve coupling. Now this consists of, let us see one by one, and consists of a muff made out of cast iron and whose internal diameter is same as that of the shafts to be connected. The muff internal diameter is same as the shaft diameter, and the muff is connected over the ends of the shafts by means of sunk key. The muff is connected, they are brought in line with each other, they are aligned and collinear, and over which the muff is connected to the ends and by using sunk key. And the power is transmitted from one shaft to the other shaft, and 3 elements acts as a single unit. 3 elements, that means shaft, key, and muff. These 3 acts as a single unit, right? So, and the proportions of cast iron sleeve or muff, let us see. So length of the sleeve is equal to, previously in the figure itself is wrong, and L is equal to 3.5D, length of the sleeve, and the diameter of the sleeve is also previously given in the figure itself is wrong, that is D is equal to 2D plus 13, where D will be the small d will be the diameter of the shaft, So outer diameter of the sleeve is 2d plus 13 and inner diameter of the sleeve is same as the diameter of the shaft. And where d is equal to diameter of the shaft in millimeters. Always it should be in millimeters. These are the proportions of cast iron muff or sleeve. Dimension, design of shafts. As per the design, diameter of the shaft can be calculated by using either the torque or from the power formula. That is, so torque equation, that is torsional equation P by J Fs by R or tau by R. By using that, J is equal to pi by 32 d cube. So R is equal to d by 2. After substitution, you are going to have torque acting on the shaft is equal to pi by 16 tau d cube, where d is the diameter of the shaft is equal to cubic root of 16 into T maximum by pi into tau. This is the equation that is useful for calculation of shaft diameter. And the torque can be calculated by using power formula and speed. With that, power transmitted by the shaft is equal to the 2 pi nt by 60, where T will be the maybe generally mean torque. If sometimes given, sometimes it may be the maximum torque also if they are not given mean torque, right? So by power formula you can calculate a torque, and by torque formula, torque formula, we are going to get diameter of the shaft. So T is the torque transmitted in Newton millimeters, and tau is the shear stress for shaft material in Newton per millimeter square. And now the design of muff or sleeve. Design of muff or sleeve, and here in the design of muff or sleeve, we are going to assume the muff as a hollow shaft. So due to the assumption, it is just like as a hollow shaft. The design of hollow shaft is same as the is similar to the muff design. So by the standard proportions, you have to decide after calculating the shaft dimension by the standard proportions. That is, length of the sleeve is 3.5 d, and diameter of the inner diameter of the shaft is muff is nothing but the shaft diameter, and outer diameter of the muff is 2d plus 13 mm. So after calculating the dimensions, let us check for shear strength as the hollow shaft. So consider the muff as hollow shaft that transmits full power of shaft. So by using torque formula for hollow shaft, the same will be used here also for the checking of shear strength. That is, T maximum is equal to pi tau 1, where tau 1 is the shear stress induced in the cast iron muff, into d power to the 4 minus small d power to the 4 by 16d. This is the formula. Based on this formula, you can check the induced shear stress of the muff. Thereby, this induced shear stress must be less than the permissible value, that is allowable value. So tau 1 shear stress for muff in Newton per millimeter square, maybe it is cast iron. Now the design of key design. Here also, in case of key design also, first of all, calculate the standard proportions. Use the standard proportions for calculating the width as well as the thick, and then calculate the length of the shaft by using crushing stress or shear stress. and check for any one of the crushing or shearing failure. So let us see the design for key. The length of the key must be equal to, generally here in this case, in the muff coupling, the length of the key must be equal to the length of the sleeve, that is L is equal to 3.5D. So it is made in two portions, length in each shaft, small l, let it be the small l, is equal to 3.5D, which is capital L by 2. So for Sankey key, width of the key is equal to D by 4 and thickness of the key is equal to D by 6. So length you can calculate yourself, length of key in each shaft can be calculated by the standard proportions, and also width calculated and thickness also calculated. After calculating by the standard proportions, and check for stresses in the key, that is check for crushing failure and shear failure. And for shear failure, T is equal to WL tau D by 2, where WL is the area of shear and tau is the shear stress of the key material, and D by 2 is the radius of the shaft. And also check for crushing stress, that is T, capital T is equal to small t by 2, L, which is the area of crushing, sigma C will be the crushing stress or compressive stress, and D by 2 will be the radius of the shaft. So with these two formulas, that is equations, you can check for shear as well as the crushing. If the induced shear stress and induced crushing stress are less than the permissible values, then the design of key is safe. If suppose any one of either the shearing or crushing or induced stresses are more than the permissible values, then you have to modify the dimensions, that is width as well as the length, and check for once again for the stresses, right? So this is all about the design of muff coupling, right? Let us here in this case only three parts are there. Number one, shaft. By using torque equation, pi by 16 Fs d cube, sorry, tau d cube. With that you can calculate the diameter of the shaft, and then muff, and muff is assumed as a hollow shaft, and find the dimensions of the muff by using standard proportions, as the length is equal to 3.5D and outer diameter of the muff is 2D plus 13, and the inner diameter of the muff is nothing but the shaft diameter. After calculating the proportions, check for shear stress induced in the muff. If the shear stress induced in the muff is less than its permissible value, then the design is safe. If suppose the induced stress is more than the permissible value, then you have to modify the dimensions, especially outer as well as inner diameters of the muff, and then once again check for the stresses until the design becomes safe, right? After that, the design of key is similar to the previous discussion of the keys. Here also, as per the standard proportions, you have to decide the width and key thickness as well as length of the key in each shaft is equal to the half of the length of the sleeve simply. After calculating the proportions, check for the shear stress and check for the crushing stress. After checking if the design is induced stresses are less than their permissible values, the design is safe, right? That is the design of muff or sleeve coupling. And so far we have discussed about the construction details of muff and the working of muff and the design of muff we have completed. Let us have a small problems, simple problems on design of muff coupling. Here is the one problem, that is design a muff coupling or sleeve coupling to connect two shafts transmitting 100 kilowatts. The power transmitted is 100 kilowatts at 200 RPM. With this data available for us, with the power as well as the speed in revolutions per minute, we can calculate the mean torque in Newton meters by using power formula, that is P, power transmitted by the shaft, is equal to the 2 pi nt by 60,000. 60,000. From that we are going to get mean torque. After that, the permissible shearing and crushing stresses for shaft and the key material are 50 Newton per millimeter square and 100 Newtons per millimeter square respectively. That means this 50 Newtons per millimeter square is the shear stress, whereas the 100 Newtons per millimeter square is the crushing stress. As per the observation of these two stresses, we can think that the crushing stress is the twice that of the shearing stress. Thereby, we can simply think that the key of this muff coupling is a square key. As per the observation of the dimensions of the key, stresses induced in the key, crushing stress is equal to the twice of the shearing stress, where it is possible only mainly in square shafts, right? So the material of muff is cast iron with a permissible shear stress of 15 newtons per millimeter square. Assume that the maximum torque transmitted is equal to the mean torque. As I told you, if you calculate the torque from power formula 2 pi nt by 60,000, you are going to get mean torque. Here, the mean torque is same as the maximum torque. So there is no need to calculate once again separately maximum torque. Only by using power formula, you are going to get your maximum torque, right? Number one. So let us see the procedure, the design procedure of this muff coupling. So hint here, sigma c is equal to 2 times of shear stress. Crushing stress is twice the problem on muff coupling or sleeve coupling. Here is the problem. Design a muff coupling connected to shafts transmitting 100 kilowatts at 200 RPM. The permissible shearing and crushing stresses for shaft and key material are 50 Newton per mm square, 100 Newton per mm square respectively. The material of muff is cast iron with a permissible shear stress of 15 Newtons per mm square. Assume that the maximum torque transmitted is equal to the mean torque. Let us solve this problem. So here one hint is, as this is the 50 Newtons per millimeter square of shear stress, and this is 100 Newtons per millimeter square crushing stress, and this is the 2 times of the shearing stress. That's why it is a square key. The power transmitted 100 kilowatts, that is 100 into 10 to the power of 3 watts, and the speed 200 RPM. For shaft and key, permissible shear stress tau is equal to 15 newtons per millimeter square, and permissible crushing stress sigma c is equal to 100 newton per millimeter square. For muff, it is permissible value is sigma 1. Permissible shear stress is 15 newton per mm square. So step 1, the design of shafts. In this, torque transmitted by shaft is by T is equal to 60 P by 2 pi N, and here is the power is 100 newtons kilowatts, and N is equal to 200 RPM. After substitution of power value 100 into 10 to the power of 3 and substitution of speed in revolutions per minute, we got 4774.648 Newton meters of torque. And this is the mean torque actually. And as per the given data, mean torque itself is the maximum maximum torque. So let us determine the diameter of the shaft. And this is determined by based on torsion equation or torque equation, that is D is equal to cube root of 16 into T by pi tau. So T is known for us for 774.68 something, and tau is also known for us 50 Newton per mm square. For the shaft material, so after substitution of all these values, you got diameter of the shaft as 79 mm. As per the standards, let us adopt this as 80 mm. So now the design of muff or sleeve, you can say muff or sleeve. Third step, in this design of muff or sleeve, first of all, let us take the standard proportional dimensions for the muff. That is, L should be 3.5 times of length of the muff should be 3.5 times of shaft diameter, and the outside diameter of the shaft is D is equal to 2 times of diameter plus 13, and the inside diameter of the muff is nothing but the shaft diameter. So outside diameter D is equal to 2D plus 13 mm. After substitution of diameter of the shaft, you got 171 millimeters of outside diameter, and inside diameter itself is the shaft diameter. That's why small d is equal to 79 mm. So right. So next is the length of muff. L is equal to 3.5 d. That is d is equal to 79. After substitution, this we got to 276.5 mm. So after calculation of outside diameter, inside diameter, as well as the length of the muff, you have to verify whether the shear stress induced is less than the permissible value or not. So check for shear stress of sleeve or muff. Check for shear stress of sleeve or muff. So here in this case, tau 1 is equal to 16 d into t by pi into d power to the 4 minus small d power to the 4, and the d is also known for us, capital T is also known for us, and small d is also known for us. Thereby the shear stress induced in the muff or sleeve cast iron is, after substitution of all these values, we got 5.1 Newton per millimeter square, and which is less than its permissible value. That means this is the induced shear stress in the sleeve, and this induced shear stress, that is 5.1 Newton per mm square, is then less than permissible value, that is 50 newtons per mm square. So since shear stress induced less than permissible value, then the design is safe. Design of sleeve is safe. Since sigma c, that is crushing stress in the key, is equal to 2 times of the shear stress in the key in case of design of key. So as per this condition, as per the given values of shearing stress and crushing stress, it is simply, we can say that it is a square key which is equally strong in width as well as thickness, equal dimensions, and also equally strong in shear and crushing. So in such case, W is equal to T, whereas the length is different. So for this key, let us take standard proportions as per the BIS. So width of the key itself is nothing but the thickness of the key for a square key. So W is the width of the key, which is nothing but 1/4 of shaft diameter. So that is 19.75. Let it be 20 mm, and which is also equal to thickness of the key. So T is also same as 20 mm. So length of the key in each shaft, total length of the key is equal to the length of the hub, whereas now here in each shaft it is half of the key length. That's why length of key in each shaft, L is small l is equal to 3.5 d by 2. That is capital L by the length of the muff by. So you got this as 139, right? So here we are having width of the key, and we are having thickness of the key, and also we are having length of the key. And that means all the proportions are there. Thereby you have to check for induced shear stress, and check for induced shear stress in key, that is for shearing. Check for shearing, that is T is equal to WL tau d by 2. After substitution, let tau should be calculated, and tau is equal to 2T WLD. After substitution of all the values, you got 43.5 meter per millimeter square. This is the induced shear stress in the key, and which is less than the permissible value. That is, permissible value is 50 newtons per mm square. So the induced shear stress is less than its permissible value, whereby the design is safe, right? So with this we concluded shaft diameters also there, and also muff we have completed design, and now here in this case key also we have completed. Thereby for checking for crushing, T is equal to half T by 2 into L into tau into D by 2. After calculation it is only 87 Newton per mm square. So thereby this is less than this induced, sorry, it is not the tau, it is sigma c. Should be sigma c crushing stress in the key is less than 100 newtons per mm square. That's why the design is safe. Since the induced stress is less than permissible value, the design is safe. So with this we concluded this topic. In this chapter we have completed muff coupling, working of construction details of the muff coupling, and also working of muff coupling, and also design of muff coupling also we have completed. And one of the problem we also solved one problem, and let us have a small summary. So muff coupling is a rigid type coupling, and it is applicable for shafts at low speeds. And the compression or split muff coupling is suitable for a high torque. The proportion of muff coupling or inside diameter of hub or the muff is equal to diameter of the shaft, and outside diameter of muff or sleeve is equal to D is equal to 2D plus 13. And the length of the hub is equal to capital L is equal to 3.5 D. And design of muff coupling involves following steps. One is obtain torque from power given, and obtain diameter of shaft from torque equation, and obtain proportions of muff, and check for shear stress for muff, and obtain proportions for key, and check for shearing and crushing stress of key. So with this we concluded the design steps. So now a small quiz. It is the small quiz, and here the muff coupling is made of mild steel, copper, chromium steel, cast iron. So muff coupling is made of which material? Say mild steel, copper, chromium steel, cast iron. So cast iron is the right answer. This is wrong answer. Actually, this is wrong answer. Cast iron should be right. So the length of muff in muff coupling in terms of diameter of shaft 1.5D, 3.5D, 3.5D plus 13 and 1.5D plus 13, and here in this simply this should be the length of the muff capital L should be equal to 3.5D. This should be right answer. So right, let us see. So this is the wrong answer. Actually, this C is wrong answer, but B should be this right answer. Only 3.5D is the right answer. This is wrong. Split muff coupling is also called as gear coupling, clamp coupling, compression coupling. Both B and C. Both B and C should be the right answer. Okay, this is the right answer. D is the right answer. And last one here in this page. When the shafts are not having any angular or lateral misalignment, the coupling preferred is universal coupling, Oldham's coupling, sleeve coupling, Bush-Ripken type coupling. Actually, as per our previous class discussion, universal coupling is having a small angular misalignment. Oldham's coupling will have a small lateral misalignment, and Bush-Ripken type will have both small amounts of lateral as well as angular misalignment, but only the sleeve coupling is a coupling which is not providing any misalignment, either the angular or lateral misalignements are not provided by this sleeve coupling. That's why the answer should be C. D is the wrong answer. The diameter of shaft is equal to length of muff. In muff coupling, the diameter of shaft is equal to length of muff, outer diameter of sleeve, inner diameter of sleeve, and length of key. It should be inner diameter of the sleeve. The muff coupling made into number of parts. Key of muff coupling made into number of parts. A is equal to 4, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3, and any number. It should be B. Okay, right answer. So this is the right answer. So the key in muff coupling checked for shearing, crushing, both shearing and crushing, and none. So C should be the right answer. The muff is checked for crushing, shearing, and then both shearing and crushing, and none. And it should be checked for shearing only. So B is the right answer. So small assignment also there. Here one problem as given. Design and draw a muff coupling which is used to connect two shafts transmitting 40 kilowatts at 350 revolutions per minute. Here the power is given to you and speed is given to you. From this you can calculate mean torque. From this you can calculate mean torque either in Newton meters or Newton millimeters, whatever it is. Design shaft and muff. And shear stress for muff and shaft are respectively 15 Newton per millimeter square and 13 Newton per millimeter square. Assume maximum torque to be 25% more than average torque. So maximum torque is 25% more than average torque, means as per the power from the power formula you are going to get mean torque. By using mean torque, that is more than the mean torque. 25% is more than to so more than, that's why it should be the T maximum or maximum torque transmitter should be equal to the 1.25 times of average torque or mean torque. So here only muff is to be designed and shaft is to be designed. And anyway, shaft torque is obtained by power formula, and by using torque equation, T is equal to pi by 16 tau d cube. With that you are going to get your uh, shaft diameter. After calculating the shaft diameter, you have to calculate the muff dimensions by using proportions and check for shear stress. That's all. It's complete. So, friends, let it be completed, and we'll meet in the next lesson.